What's going on, guys? Welcome to the third episode of the Viperio podcast. I have these two giggling away, so that means they've got things to say. So let's get into this. So, my name is Christopher Sword. I'm founder and CEO of Viperio, and today I have Conor, head of media for Viperio, and I have Brodie Mulvaney, chief business development officer. And basically, just like always, we're going to go through a few random topics and just give our opinions, things like that. So, roughly, we were thinking we'd start with Ninja's thing with not playing with female streamers.
Yeah.
So, Brodie, we'll start with you. Could you give us a bit of brief info on that?
Yeah, so I mean, even if I just Google Ninja, I'm sure it's like the first thing that comes up. Maybe not, but I spell it wrong. Yeah, no, it is literally, yeah. So he doesn't play with female. He doesn't. What's it? Ninja responds to criticism of his refusal to stream with women. So I think it's hard because obviously you don't know what goes on with his personal life and his marriage, and if that's something that his wife doesn't want him to do, then I think so be it. It's his personal life. But then it's obviously it caps the possibilities for female streamers, I think, when it comes to that. But I mean,
no, I get that because he brings on Drake and Travis Scott, although that was only really a one-time thing.
Yeah, one-offs.
He's bringing in a lot of big people, and I haven't seen a single female. So
but
the
only person he's played with is his wife, from what I know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is right, which is fair enough for him. But as we say, he's had a bit of backlash from it, and I can't remember when it was, but I think it was today or yesterday. He put out the statement.
Today. He put out a statement.
Yesterday.
A tweet with a quite big paragraph.
I wanted to take a moment to address the discussion around the article that came out over the weekend. While I understand that some people have implied my views mean I have something against playing with women, I want to make clear the issue I'm addressing is online harassment and my attempt to minimise it from our life. So yeah, so it's he's the most viewed streamer in the world. He's broken all the records, all media outlets clickbait his titles every day.
Yeah. Well, it's harassment. Obviously, when you get to that sort of profile, size wise.
And the one thing he mentioned on stream.
It's fine.
On stream, he did mention the fact that he didn't want to give people the option to clickbait titles.
Yeah.
Because once they're out there, they are out there as a clickbait option. If something's said, you know what I mean?
I guess the counter argument here though is that he's at that level where he knows there's always going to be clickbait. You know what I mean? Regardless of whether he's playing with women, there's going to be a clickbait title about him. And surely his wife knows that as well. How is she going to wake up and be read an article titled Ninja flirts with female streamer, and she's gonna want to divorce him? It's a bit I don't think that would really happen. But
no, exactly. Even if it is fake news and none of it's true and it has been clickbait and misused, you can just search it on Google. You might just search Ninja and it could be the first thing there, and that's his reputation.
And they're getting millions of views.
Exactly.
Clickbait titles.
It's they're profiting off bullshit.
Off something that's not true.
Which is a bit. Look, PG, you have to bleep that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely a mixed reaction. A lot of people praised him though. A lot of people in the community that's bigger said they understand why.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really it.
Look at here. This here is some of the community's comments about it, and people are saying he could just leave Twitch if he was so concerned about drama.
No, but then at the end of the day, it is his career, but then again, it's his career on the line. This is making him loads of money. If someone does say something or
and something messes it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone slips out. His sponsors could be all over the place.
And the sponsors could pull, then you could find out 2 months later that it wasn't true. But then by that time, the deal's already gone. Obviously, you might be able to get them back, but it might not be the same. And so, do you think moving forward, obviously he's made that statement of why he doesn't play with female, and then he's also had some backlash from that statement. Do you think that you might try and bring in a few female streamers just to
No.
I'd say it's stuck to.
I think you'll stick to it too.
So just drifting off the topic a little, and a bit more onto the continue of Ninja. So Fortnite is one of the biggest games on the planet, and
probably the biggest.
It's gonna stay for at least maybe another year or something. It's making loads. It's just come out on Android, so
the betas came out.
What anyone can download it now or not?
I
Isn't it
don't know
something about Samsung Galaxy 9?
If you've ordered or if you pre-ordered the S9, You're going to get obviously the S9, and then you're going to get a Galaxy exclusive skin,
Yeah.
and you're also going to get 15,000 V-Bucks. So that's what that was all about. But I think it was coming out in that first if you had it.
Yeah.
And then
The thing is, though, isn't it only like 30 days or like maybe 90? Like, I don't think it's that long of a period where it's exclusive.
yeah, it's
Well,
really,
it's going to move to all platforms eventually, because why would they limit it to just, like 2 or 3 platforms?
Well, this is the thing. Like, although they're making it available on Android, they're not. Well, the original plan is to not have it on the Google Play Store, which means that the microtransactions Google can't take a cut of, and obviously that's going
to hit Google.
to hit Google hard. Considering I think it was like, I don't know the exact figure, but it's quite high. It's like 50 million or something, but from the iStore transactions for like V-Bucks and things like that, skins. So like, obviously Google want a cut of that.
But, well, obviously Epic Games don't want to give them the money.
Because like, obviously Android's open source, so like you can download the apps like from a computer and stuff. So like, that's what they're trying to do right now. Or they're going to get their own app to then download it.
Yeah.
So like,
That's too much effort, though, I think.
but that's the thing that they're going to, at the minute, that's the plan, because it cuts out Google. Like, as you say, cut out the middleman.
I wonder what percent of like Fortnite players are mobile players. It's probably like less than 10%.
Well, I think a lot of people have it, but if you have like a console or a computer, you're always going to play on that because it's a bigger screen. It's like easier
Like
to
I've
play.
I've only seen one person play mobile.
Like, I have it.
At
My
uni.
sister plays it mobile because she doesn't have anything else to play it on.
But
But
for
then-
people like that, then that is going to be. Well, and that might also be like the only time they've like they might have discovered it on mobile. Like, they might have seen it on YouTube.
My sister can play it in Fortnite better than I can on mobile.
Really?
Yeah, I
Wow.
can't play it for my life on mobile.
That's bad, but. So we all know how good Conor is at Fortnite.
She's got the point where she's looking for a PS4 controller to Bluetooth to her phone
Yeah.
to play it.
Oh, well, I've seen like. Do you know what Shadow is? Like the.
Where it like
virtual
clips in.
computer.
Yeah.
Have you seen them ones where it like clips in like this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but like
it's
you buy that, and basically the way Shadow works is this is not sponsored or anything, but yeah, it's like it's a virtual computer, like remotely.
Yeah.
But like it means you can play like PC games on like your phone and like.
I've
obviously
seen that before, so I have.
Things like those are quite cool, but if Fortnite is now coming out on Android, do you think it's going to increase its like fan base that much more? Because like it's already like quite pre-established. Most people like.
But anyway,
target market.
the people that have Fortnite already are always going to have it on mobile. That the only new people that are going to come to the game are going to be young people that currently don't have a console or don't have a mobile phone.
Yeah.
And I reckon like more than 50% of new downloads will be people that already have it on a console or a PC. Or a PC.
Like me, I have it on console and PC, but I had it on the phone just for the sake of getting it.
Yeah. I don't think they'll pull any new customers. And ultimately, is it the same account?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all.
It is
So
the same
if you buy skins on a mobile, you get them on your laptop and
so,
PC
yeah.
as well, right? Okay. So, yeah.
People might buy it on Android just for that Galaxy skin if they're getting PS9. Because
that's like
that's
a rare item,
exclusive.
exactly.
That's going to be an exclusive.
I feel like skin culture on mobile is way different though to PC.
Nah, but if
that's the thing,
it
it transfers over. So like if you have that.
Yeah, but like if you are just a mobile user, I don't know how much you would be willing to spend on a skin compared to a PC user. I feel like just with the nature of a small screen and not really being able to see it and stuff, I don't think people will.
Well, the thing I was thinking is like you must see those like articles about like 12-year-old spends 500 or something on
My brother
dad's
did
account.
£400 on my dad's credit card.
Like,
£400.
Like if someone could just install
Man, that's
that
a
on
lens.
spend like £500 on V-Bucks, which it must have happened even on like consoles, like if the car deals or something.
Like there's children that's staying up 10 hours and playing it. Constant. I played for an hour and then I'm about to throw my MacBook out the window.
Yeah, no, I can only play like 2 or 3.
I can run it on this.
I can on this.
Ooh.
I can run
2017, man.
Full spec out.
But like any battle royale game, like usually, like if you have like a really early death, like you drop down.
Minecraft's Hunger Games, PUBG,
I'm upset you put PUBG after Minecraft, but okay.
Arma.
Yeah. So like if you drop down and die straight away, like, that is quite annoying. So like if that happens like 2 times in a row,
You are
like,
gonna get angry.
sometimes I just like close the game, like leave my desk and like just go downstairs.
Counts to 10, comes back and starts
Yeah.
again.
The characters, like the whole like idea of it, like just people like, and like I feel like even if it wasn't Fortnite, like there's other games, like obviously there's like H1 and PUBG before that, like they were all gaining popularity. So like the genre as a whole.
What came first, out of curiosity?
Right.
Chicken.
What?
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's the egg. Actually, I don't know. But like like H1Z1 was a mod. I can't remember if it was like Armor or Daisy. Was it?
No. H1's not a mod.
It was originally.
No, you're thinking of DayZ. DayZ was a mod from Armour.
Alright.
DayZ was a mod from Armour and it brought out its own standalone, right?
Yeah.
And then that did nothing.
Yeah, but I thought H1Z1 came from one of those two. Before it was a standalone title.
No way. It's a totally different engine, I think. We'll fact check that.
Someone Google it.
We'll put on the video who's wrong, but I think it's Chris.
So we're gonna have it like right now. It's gonna pop up like a little like 4 lines of lines in small print saying blah blah blah. Right. But it was H1Z1 like really. But then because like that's what Ninja came because Ninja was like a Halo player. Then you like.
Oh, remember? Have you ever seen Ninja's old H1 stream where he got mad?
Yeah.
Well, he got big through H1.
Well, he was a pro Halo player for.
Yeah, but like he got big through streaming.
Streamers, yeah.
Yeah.
But like but as well, that's something as well we can talk about in like a second. It's like when you think of like his H1 streams and like his language and stuff.
Do you remember?
They were not
the video. He kills somebody and then he goes, and then he goes
bleep it.
Yeah, no. And then he goes, the did you just say?
Well, with power comes responsibility, though. So like naturally, the bigger you're going to get, the more like, look, like probably like 80% of his like viewer base are like children. Like I would say like between the ages of like I don't know, I'm just pulling this out of the air, but like 8 and like 14, you know.
I would say Ninja appeals to the like younger people.
Yeah. So obviously he has to be politically correct.
Because like a lot of things like he just like the pon and stuff like that dance.
And this is why I bring it back.
It's just like little cheesy things that like younger people are going to be like tailored.
And this is why bringing it back is he probably doesn't want to go for a female streamer. Because on YouTube there's going to be all these clickbait titles.
Yeah, strip Fortnite and stuff.
No, yeah, literally, of like Ninja doing like stupid things with females, which obviously the parents don't want their kids watching these like clickbait titles. Like Ninja flirts with female, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like,
where he done? He complimented their skin.
Yeah.
They have a galaxy skin.
Yeah, that's exactly. You could like, oh, that's a nice skin, and it's like title like Ninja likes these outfit and stuff.
Ninja comments on Gary's outfits.
Yeah, so.
Well, like drifting like a bit on, but like still related to the Fortnite.
Drifting.
A
lot of drifting.
Exactly. Like Fortnite in like its state, like how long do you think it's going to be here? Like
2 years max.
I think the hype will die down definitely.
It will definitely. It's
like I feel the battle royale genre will stay for a while, but I feel the whole Fortnite hype's good.
Something needs to happen though for it to go down.
Because like you keep reading like things like pro players and like they're playing it for the sake that it's like the popular thing. Like it's not necessarily because they enjoy it.
Yeah, but like, that then makes it more popular, right?
Yeah, but like as they obviously more people are going to find it because if they're streaming the content more, like obviously people are going to be exposed to it more. But it's the fact that like they don't enjoy it, so like obviously it's going to get to a point where like let's say like alright, my views are dipping, my money is going down, like you're going to change towards the next big thing.
Ninja brings in tons of viewers. He's probably doing a rerun right now, realistically, because he reruns and streams.
Let's check.
I'm on Twitch right now. No, he's not. But for example, it's the second most viewed thing right now.
With 120k people.
Wait, is there World of Warcraft is above it? Is there an event? No, Soda Pop in streaming, so that's kind of
yeah, but I mean, when you look back at like the old games, like look at Counter-Strike, like 16k, like that's so ridiculous.
Remember like some numbers.
Like no, but this is the thing, like within the past year when I don't know if it's like over a year now, but like when you had like the Atlanta major and stuff, and like they were pulling a million plus, which like although it doesn't sound some because like the Chinese viewers like PGI, we might drift on that later in the video. Well, that might be a separate podcast, but things like the Chinese viewers without those like 1 million plus for like Twitch alone is like a pretty like I'm sure that is like record or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. Ninja pulled it when he was with Drake, most viewed.
What was it again?
I'm not too sure. We better searching it.
Fact check.
Pop it up on screen.
Drink.
No, but like when we like while you're doing that, I'm just gonna keep talking. Like we have Counter-Strike events. It's not as if I feel like Counter-Strike's really died down. Obviously, I don't play it as much more. So from my personal experience,
$500,000.
They got $500,000
over. Well, considering
on this single streamer.
We know, but
so they got the single streamer record.
And I'm pretty sure the illegal whatever. It might be updated now, but they had like the overall account.
Who?
E-League.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure it's that.
Was it not the Boston major where Cloud9 were winning? Was it not that one?
Well, that could have beat it, but I'm pretty sure like it might have even been the first.
Boston major?
Atlanta was the first to get above 1 million. But like, people still tune into Counter-Strike. Oh, obviously it's not as much because
It's not that dead.
Yeah, but this is the thing. It's like it's not really the viewers' fault. It's the things with like the Facebook deals. Like that's why Counter-Strike's kind of good at because
OP skins,
like ESL Pro League is streamed on.
See, Fortnite is the thing that it makes Fortnite so popular is how well optimized it is. Like it's so simple that it's perfect. Like my brother, who like rinses Fortnite, doesn't have like the skill set and the patience to grind Counter-Strike. Like the learning curve's so different. Like, and I think that it's the same thing as what we did when I was his age. I would run home and I'd play Modern Warfare 2 on Xbox 360 Live with my friends. But that we would never really like look to compete there, and we would never do that. But Counter-Strike, obviously, it's so much different. And I think that's why Fortnite's going to keep going, because it's so simple and it's so easy to use for everyone, and it's so like PC, and parents are happy with it.
Yeah, well, I can't remember who tweeted it.
It's not even graphic. There's no sound. I
can't remember who tweeted it, but I saw something. It was like those like unpopular opinion things.
Oh,
it was H1Z1's the best battle royale esports, but like it's too hard, so everyone drifted to PUBG, and then when everyone found that hard, they drifted to Fortnite, and then that's kind of like why people have moved along. But one of the things that you have to remember is like Fortnite is making so much, like 100 million for the esports circuit. It was
I googled their net worth before.
They have they're giving out 100 million for the tournaments
in 2019. Obviously, it started now
for 2019 tournaments.
See, I think what'll happen, right, is back to your question about how long it'll last, right? I think there'll be a few tournaments where it'll get big, but I think orgs won't want to get involved as much because there's this thing going on where it'll probably be a duos tournament. It's not going to be squads or solos.
Well, it seems very heavily like the whole like esports model is heavily personality based.
Yeah,
and like even the pro players are like personalities.
And that's why you see like Marshmallow playing with like Ninja and stuff. When in reality, it's like Get Ninja and what's that other really good guy's name? The other really good Fortnite player.
There's like Mifu or whatever. There's Myth. There's like
literally sign a deal and get Myth and Ninja on a team, and then you win everything constantly.
The thing is, Ninja's agreed not to play with Myth, or he doesn't want to because Myth swears.
Yeah,
there's going back to Ninja trying to keep it PG.
See, like Ninja's one of those players who like he's like gonna stick to his like stream hours, and like he's gonna like compete as a streamer, while like people like Myth, like Tifu, they're all into orgs like TSM phase. It's like they're here for more like I feel like they're more the playing aspect. Obviously the personalities because like they
thing
get
is though is so many things have changed with the meta in Fortnite. Like I only know this through my brother, but like double pumping used to be a thing and it's not anymore. But
what's the thing? It's like
and it changes so much. I think that like Epic Games are going to do something massive, and it'll mess up the whole competition system, and then everyone will lose interest.
That's exactly how that's how Ninja says it anyway. Like how H1 got ruined because they kept they had the game. Like obviously it was
it wasn't perfect, but
like obviously there's like little bugs, but then they change it. No one liked it, so instead
they changed
they just changed
like
something.
The dinks and the dink noises, and it was just like
if we look from when it was like H1Z1 King of the Kill.
When we played.
Yeah, exactly. When we played, which was like 2 years ago now or something. Like when you compare that to now, like the game just doesn't look appealing to me. Like it's a new map, it's just too different. Like I don't want to go back. Because if I was going to play H1 now, I'd be going back for like the nostalgia, so, like when we just chill, we were in like sixth form and stuff like that. But like it's just a completely different game. So in like this PUBG, which personally is my favorite battle royale, but I'd rather play stuff like that over like.
See, but then it's like look at how popular PUBG came, and look how little tournament success it had.
Yeah, but this is the thing, esports wise, because like the Fortnite tournaments, they're all like obviously they have like some offline ones, and then have that big one in that.
And then the charity thing. Yeah.
Like PUBG, like they have like I feel like
PUBG
their esports is very skill based, so it's like it's pro players.
But like I remember watching a PUBG game and it was awful because
it was like PGI major or whatever in Berlin.
I'm not too sure, but the one that I watched, it was like teams, it was squads, and it was just loads of people in a group until the very end.
But that's just the meta on how it's played. Like we understand, like because obviously it's just the way the game works. Like unless there's some early action, the early stages can be boring. So as a spectator esports, like right now, it's probably one of the lesser games. But if you look back, I'm sure we could probably get up some photos or something now.
I'll find them.
Like of the PGI major in Berlin, in the Mercedes-Benz Arena. like that pulled in a lot of people. Like it looks like ESL 1 Cologne or something in the setup they had.
PUBG still pulls in a big number.
Yeah, exactly.
At the tournaments.
Yeah.
So I know Ghost Gibbon, they go out to it and they have like proper videographers because I know them.
Yeah.
And he was at Berlin there, I want to say, for a month and a half. They actually like rented a house out for like 2 months.
And as well, although there's like a lot of like Asian teams and like Asian orgs in it, there's like big North American teams and stuff. Like Pittsburgh Knights is one that comes to the top of my mind because they're like quite solely PUBG. There's people like Liquid who have a team. There's a lot of teams that like still heavily invest in like PUBG.
Ghost.
That don't invest necessarily in Fortnite. So like, I feel like it's an esports circuit. So like it's like the way it's like produced, like the way the leagues work. I feel like PUBG is more sophisticated in that sense. However, Fortnite right now is like
it's just the
it's
skill
the personalities that bring it in. Because like the pro players, like Tifu, obviously he's really good, but like he's a streamer like when he's not competing, and like obviously people can jump for that.
Yeah, I don't really know where it's going to go, and I think no one does, and I think that's the worrying thing. That, you know, like with Counter-Strike, I think, you know, as an example, you've got like a really clear set like tournament structure. It's been there for so long, you know, it's very like ingrained, you know, it's like quite archaic. But with Fortnite, it's so new. There's not much evidence on what it can do yet, and I think that's the hard part, is because everyone's in like the dark with it.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
yeah.
So I'm just trying to think like if there's any like final thoughts basically on this. So like, Conor, do you have anything you want to like finish off with?
No.
Brodie?
No, I'm good.
Alright, so we'll finish that. So we've had a question sent in from one of our followers, William Gleedy, @Gleedy. Thank you for sending this in. He asks, what are your thoughts on events like MLG New Orleans, where there are 2 titles at one event? Do you think it benefits both of the events? Alright, so Bro, do you want to start here?
No.
Conor?
No, go on. No.
Right.
Chris,
Right.
who was like?
So
Yeah, you tell us,
right, in
Chris.
case you didn't know, because obviously I know Will, so I follow his socials. But MLG New Orleans was a Gears of War event. MLG New Orleans was a Gears of War event and a Halo event. And
Oh yeah,
so
I remember this.
you can either focus on one team at the event, send one, or you
Or
can
two.
send 2 teams.
So like
How big was that
Cloud9
venue?
could send a Halo
Yeah.
team and a
How
Gears.
big was that venue to support 2 tournaments?
Ooh, I don't know.
Well, I
They were
mean,
both
it's not
open
that
tournaments.
bad.
But then again, Halo and Gears of War, obviously like they're still
Less
popular. It's
players.
not the biggest event.
It's not the big, yeah.
But
It's
like
not
they
like your Call of Duty.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like your MLG Anaheim.
So Cloud9 could send like 2 players, 2 teams, one for
Theoretically,
Gears of War. Yeah,
So like,
and he's
he's
asking what our
basically
opinions
saying
on
like,
that, right?
how do you think it benefits both of them? So like, we'll do it in terms of the teams and orgs in attendance and the organizer. Obviously, as the organizer, if you have 2 good teams, you have 2 different markets that you're basically trying to sell to.
I don't think it's a problem at all.
I think it
I
does.
think it's an advantage.
Nah, look at Insomnia. It's a CS:GO tournament and a league tournament.
And they have CLW Birmingham.
Yeah, I don't
They
think
bring in
there's
Fortnite.
anything wrong with it at all.
To be fair, I don't see any disadvantages, but it's just like, just make people aware of them.
The only disadvantage I could potentially think of is if you were a fan of both games
Missing
and
one.
there was games being streamed at the same time that you
Yeah.
maybe wanted to watch. But that's just like a logistic problem, you know, you just timetable it differently, right? But I think
Well, this is what I've heard from like people there. It's like, let's say you did have 2 teams. Obviously, you want to see your teams perform in both. So like, you can only pick one exactly. So even
not
if you're
Chris,
at,
because Chris doesn't go down and watch his teams play. What's that?
I have been to one. I can get photo proof if needed. It can pop
It's
up.
gonna be like his 8th birthday party.
I can't remember if it's 2016 or 2015. But I'm
Nah,
pro
no.
black.
What age were you then?
16 maybe? I'm 19 now, so it was a
Had
while
puberty hit you at that point?
No comment. No.
You're
No,
like,
no,
at
but
that
like-
point, I'm just gonna put in the clip of you and Hybrid pissing yourself laughing.
Perfect.
And got your voice.
No, but like seriously though, I don't think there's a problem.
Yeah, basically the only like if we do it from like an org's perspective, obviously if you send in 2 teams, theoretically it could cost double, but yeah, we can't see any disadvantages. So we're gonna wrap this up here. Thank you for watching episode 3 of the Viperio podcast. We've had Brodie and Conor here again, and we'll see you in the next episode. Be sure to send in questions. We'll be sure to put some topics out, and like if anyone wants to get their opinions in the thing, we might put them in. So
Yeah, thanks,
thank you
guys.
for watching,
Thank you.
and bye.